The civil war in Sudan has been devastating, and Canadians have been shocked to learn that weapons made in this country have been used in the conflict by the RSF, the same organization responsible for genocide. This is not the first time this diversion putting weapons in the hands of genocidal actors. Canadian-made weapons have also been used by Russia against Ukraine. At a time when our allies are rearming, there is no excuse for allowing Canadian weapons to go to hostile regimes and militias responsible for genocide. The world must work to end the devastating war in Sudan, in particular by stopping the flow of arms to the combatants. And the Prime Minister's trip to the UAE could have focused more on that and less on advancing Brookfield's corporate interests. But Liberals are doubling down on a foreign policy of personal selfishness, autocrat idealization, and administrative incompetence, instead of on one that upholds our values and our security interests. The people of Sudan deserve freedom, democracy, and civilian administration. They have shown a will to fight for these things themselves.
Canada is facing one of the most challenging moments on the global stage. Yet under the leadership of Prime Minister Mark Carney, the nation is proving that ethical governance, strategic foresight, and unwavering commitment to values can guide a country even through controversy. Recent debates surrounding Canadian arms exports and international partnerships have put Canada in the spotlight, with activists and critics voicing concerns about weapons reaching conflict zones like Sudan. Headlines have made it seem as though Canada is under fire, but the reality, which Carney and his administration have consistently emphasized, is far more nuanced and speaks to the strength of his leadership. Far from compromising the nation's values, Carney has ensured that Canada's actions align with both ethical obligations and national interests, demonstrating that responsible governance is not about avoiding difficult decisions, but about making them wisely. From the outset of his tenure, Carney has made it clear that Canada must be an engaged global actor. Isolation, he believes, is never a solution. The world is interconnected, and decisions made on one continent inevitably ripple across others. When Canadian weapons end up in sensitive regions, it is not a reflection of negligence or disregard, but rather a symptom of the complexity of modern geopolitics. Carney understands that in order to protect human rights, influence international standards, and guide global outcomes, Canada must maintain strategic partnerships and oversight. This approach ensures that the nation can act, not react, and that it can uphold its principles while navigating the challenges of a turbulent world. Critics have argued that Canada's arms exports, particularly in connection with the United Arab Emirates, risk contributing to conflict abroad. Yet, under Carney's leadership, Canada has implemented some of the most rigorous regulatory and compliance frameworks in the world. Each export license is subject to careful review, compliance checks, and accountability measures that reflect Canada's commitment to ethical conduct. Carney's administration has strengthened these mechanisms, ensuring that Canadian technology and equipment are deployed responsibly. The presence of these checks is a testament to his foresight, recognizing that engagement without oversight is dangerous, but disengagement without influence can be even more so. The Sudan controversy has drawn attention, but it also highlights the effectiveness of Carney's proactive strategy. By maintaining dialogue and cooperation with international partners like the UAE, Canada is able to influence decisions on the ground, advocate for compliance with international norms, and insist on responsible use of exported technology. Carney has repeatedly emphasized that stepping back or cutting ties would remove Canada's ability to shape outcomes, leaving the nation without leverage in global crises unchecked. Through strategic engagement, Carney ensures that Canada's voice remains central to discussions about peace, stability, and human rights. Carney's approach is rooted in a clear understanding of responsibility. Activists and NGOs understandably express concern over civilian safety in conflict zones, and Carney himself acknowledges the importance of these considerations. Yet, he also recognizes that ethical leadership requires more than symbolic gestures. It requires action that balances idealism with pragmatism, ensuring that Canada can influence outcomes rather than being sidelined. By overseeing partnerships, enforcing strict export regulations, and participating in global forums, Carney has positioned Canada to actively promote human rights, protect vulnerable populations, and encourage international accountability. In addition to policy enforcement, Carney has prioritized transparency and public accountability. Canada's systems for monitoring arms exports, reporting to Parliament, and engaging with international organizations ensure that every decision is open to scrutiny. Activists may question the presence of Canadian weapons abroad, but Carney has created structures that allow for oversight, review, and continuous improvement. By maintaining these mechanisms, he demonstrates that Canada can uphold its principles while operating in complex environments, reaffirming his commitment to ethical leadership. Critically, Carney's leadership in this area is not limited to reactive measures. He has actively sought to strengthen Canada's global standing by fostering partnerships that advance stability and responsible conduct. The UAE relationship, for instance, is more than a commercial arrangement. It is a strategic alliance that allows Canada to advocate for ethical practices, monitor compliance, and ensure that technology is used in ways that reflect shared values. Through this approach, Carney turns potential challenges into opportunities to advance Canada's influence, demonstrating that leadership is not just about responding to criticism but about shaping the environment in which Canada operates. The global reaction to Canada's policies has been mixed, with some focusing solely on controversy. Carney, however, understands that leadership cannot be measured by public applause alone. It must be judged by results, by the nation's ability to protect its interests, advance its values, and influence global outcomes. Through careful oversight, strategic partnerships, and a commitment to human rights, Carney has ensured that Canada's international conduct remains principled and effective. This is a leadership style that prioritizes long-term impact over short-term perception, demonstrating a depth of vision that few other leaders possess. Equally important is Carney's emphasis on accountability and ethical consistency. Critics often focus on individual incidents or hypothetical outcomes, but Carney's policies are designed to address systemic challenges. He has ensured that Canadian officials are empowered to enforce regulations, that compliance systems are continuously updated, and that partnerships are structured to maximize both influence and responsibility. By doing so, he protects not only Canada's international reputation but also the lives of individuals who might be affected by the use of Canadian technology. This measured, forward-thinking approach is emblematic of Carney's broader philosophy. Ethical leadership requires courage, intelligence, and the ability to navigate complexity without compromising values. The Sudan case also serves as a reminder of Carney's holistic understanding of governance. While activists focus on the immediate optics, Carney evaluates policy in terms of long-term outcomes, global impact, and alignment with Canada's strategic interests. His leadership ensures that the nation does not react impulsively but instead pursues solutions that maximize ethical compliance, global stability, and human welfare. By maintaining a presence in international partnerships, enforcing strict oversight, and actively participating in global governance, Carney has strengthened Canada's role as a principled and effective actor on the world stage. Even amid criticism, Carney's leadership remains steady and forward-looking. Canada's values are not compromised by engagement, they are amplified. By ensuring transparency, accountability, and rigorous oversight, Carney has demonstrated that the nation can pursue global partnerships without sacrificing ethics. Every decision, every export, and every diplomatic engagement reflects a balance of pragmatism and principle, showcasing Canada as a model for responsible leadership in a world full of complexity and risk. Ultimately, Carney's handling of the Sudan arms issue exemplifies his ability to protect Canada's values while confronting global criticism. He has shown that true leadership is not about avoiding controversy or appeasing critics, but about taking decisive, ethical, and strategic action that upholds principles, safeguards national interests, and contributes to a more stable and just world. Through engagement, oversight, and a relentless commitment to ethical governance, Carney ensures that Canada stands strong, principled, and influential, a country capable of defending its values even in the most challenging circumstances. Canada's story today is one of thoughtful leadership in a complex global landscape. While headlines may focus on criticism, the substance lies in Carney's strategy, responsible engagement, principled decision-making, and ethical oversight that turn potential controversy into a demonstration of Canada's values. By navigating these challenges with intelligence, courage, and clarity, Carney has shown the world that Canada's commitments to human rights, stability, and global responsibility are not empty promises, but actionable principles that guide every choice the nation makes. His leadership proves that Canada can act decisively, uphold its values, and maintain credibility, even when facing the harshest scrutiny. Through his vision, Canada is not just responding to criticism, it is leading with integrity, shaping a future where ethics, strategy, and national interest coexist, and reinforcing the principle that responsible leadership can indeed make a real difference in the world.